Have you ever been really close to finishing something and suddenly your brain says, stop, just stop?
Yes, many times. I know that feeling very well.
And the strange thing is, you're not asleep, you're not sick, you're just done with trying. That kind of tired is different.
It's not your body that's tired, it's something deeper.
Exactly. And today we're going to talk about that. The difference between being tired and being done, because those two things are not the same.
And if you've ever wanted to quit learning English or anything really, this episode is for you.
Stay with us. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Fluento, Everyday English for Real Life. I'm Anna.
And I'm David. Hey, Anna.
Hey David. So today's topic, I'm very excited about this one.
Me too. It's something we all feel, right? That moment when you want to stop something before it's finished.
Yes, and we have a word for that today. The word is quit. Q-U-I-T. To quit means to stop doing something, to give up before you're done.
And we also have the word persist. P-E-R-S-I-S-T. To persist means to continue even when it's hard.
Those two words, quit and persist, they pull us in different directions, don't they?
All the time. And for English learners especially, I think this is a very real moment.
It really is. Okay, so before we go further, listeners, we have a small request. If you're enjoying Fluento, please give this video a like and leave us a comment. We read every single one.
We really do. Your comments make us very happy.
Now, let's talk about something important. The difference between physical tiredness and emotional tiredness. So, David, physical tiredness, what does that feel like?
Oh, that's easy. My eyes are heavy, my legs don't want to move, I want a bed, I want a pillow, I want silence.
Right. Your body is sending a clear message. Rest, please.
Exactly. And that kind of tired has a simple solution. Sleep, eat something, take a break.
But emotional tiredness is different. You can sleep 8 hours and still feel it.
Yes, emotional tiredness feels more like heaviness, like a cloud sitting on your head.
I like that. A cloud on your head. It doesn't go away just because you slept. It comes from trying hard for a long time.
It comes from making mistakes and trying again, from not seeing progress, from wondering, am I ever going to get this?
And here is the key thing, listeners. Emotional tiredness often shows up right before a breakthrough.
Yes, breakthrough. B-R-E-A-K-T-H-R-O-U-G-H. A breakthrough is when something finally clicks, when you suddenly understand something you've been struggling with.
And the problem is, emotional tiredness often feels like a signal to quit, but sometimes it's actually a signal that you're almost there.
Almost done.
Exactly. So let's look at why that happens.
Okay, so this is interesting. Our brain is trying to help us. It's trying to protect us.
From what, though?
From discomfort, from difficulty, from the feeling of, this is too hard.
So the brain says, you're tired, you can try again tomorrow.
Right, and that sounds kind, actually, like a very caring voice.
But the problem is, tomorrow comes, and the day after tomorrow comes, and the goal is still sitting there, unfinished.
And then we feel guilty or frustrated, which makes us even more emotionally tired.
So the brain's way of protecting us actually makes things harder in the long run.
Exactly. And this is something researchers and language teachers talk about a lot. The brain resists discomfort, but discomfort is often where the learning happens.
No discomfort, no growth. You know, I heard that from a teacher once, and I wrote it in my notebook.
That's a good thing to remember. And the good news is, we can work with our brain. We don't have to fight it.
We just have to understand it. Okay, let's go to our first personal story. David, you go first today.
Okay, so last winter I decided to make sourdough bread.
Oh, David, sourdough is very difficult.
I didn't know that at the time. I thought, bread, flour, water, how hard can it be?
Ha, famous last words.
So I started the process, and sourdough is not fast, Anna. It takes days. You have to feed this little jar of yeast. They call it a starter. You have to feed it every day like a pet.
A bread pet.
Yes, a bread pet. And on day 4, I looked at my starter and it smelled strange, not good, very sour.
Oh no.
And I thought, this is wrong. I must have made a mistake. I'm going to throw it away and stop.
Were you going to quit?
I almost did. I had the bin open, I was holding the jar, and then I searched online and I found out that a sour smell on day 4 is completely normal. It's actually a good sign.
Really?
Yes, I was about to quit right at the moment when it was working. I was almost done with the starter stage, and my brain said, something's wrong, stop.
But it wasn't wrong. You were just in the uncomfortable middle.
Exactly. The uncomfortable middle, that's what I call it now. The part that feels like failure, but it's actually progress.
And did the bread come out okay?
Anna, that bread was the best thing I have ever eaten. I took a photo. I still have it on my phone.
That is such a beautiful story, and I can feel the lesson in it. The discomfort of day 4 was not a sign to stop. It was a sign that something real was happening.
And the same is true for English learning. When it starts to feel hard, that might be exactly when your brain is changing, growing.
Love that. Okay, my turn. So a few months ago, I decided to paint my kitchen. Just the walls. A nice soft yellow color.
I love a yellow kitchen.
Me too. So I watched some videos online, I bought the paint, I bought the brushes, I moved all the furniture, and I started.
Sounds very organized, Anna.
I thought I was. But David, painting is not what it looks like on videos. It's slow. Your arm gets tired. You miss spots. You have to go back. And the second coat, you have to wait for the first coat to dry before you can start the second one.
Oh, I didn't know there were 2 coats.
Neither did I. So I'm there on a Saturday afternoon, one wall done, second wall half done, and I am standing in my kitchen, which now smells like paint, with furniture pushed into corners, and I think, I just want my kitchen back. I want to sit at my table and have a cup of tea. I am so done with this.
That emotional tiredness, right?
Completely. I wasn't physically broken, but I was emotionally finished. And the little voice in my head said, just leave it. It looks mostly fine. Nobody will see the half-painted wall.
Oh, the convincing voice. I know that voice.
It's very convincing, but I knew if I stopped there, I would see that unfinished wall every single morning, and it would bother me.
So you kept going?
I made a deal with myself. I said, finish this wall today, then rest. Don't think about the second coat right now, just this wall, tonight.
Break it into smaller pieces.
Exactly. And I finished that wall. Then I made tea, I sat on my sofa, I rested. The next morning, I did the second coat. And when it was done, David, I stood in my kitchen and I just looked at it. Yellow walls, clean, finished.
That feeling.
That done feeling is so different from tired. Tired is heavy. Done is light.
Tired is heavy, done is light. Write that down, listeners.
And here's what I want English learners to hear. Sometimes the difference between quitting and finishing is just one more wall, one more lesson, one more conversation.
Can we talk about something for a minute? Because I find this really interesting.
Go ahead.
Research shows, and teachers see this too, that people often quit right before they were going to succeed.
Right before.
Yes, and the reason is exactly what we said before. Emotional tiredness is at its highest point right before a breakthrough. So the moment you feel most like quitting, that might actually be the moment you're closest to success.
That's both encouraging and a little bit cruel.
A little bit, yes, but once you know this, you can use it. When that voice says, stop, you can say, wait, maybe I'm almost there.
Maybe I'm almost there. I want that to be a phrase our listeners remember. Maybe I'm almost there.
Yes, and for English learners, this is so real. You study vocabulary for weeks, you practice your pronunciation, you feel like nothing is changing, and then one day you have a conversation and it flows.
It just flows, and you think, oh, I can do this.
That moment can come, but only if you don't quit in the uncomfortable middle.
Okay, let's give our listeners something they can actually use. A tool, a technique, something for those hard moments.
Yes, I call this the one more method. It's very simple.
Tell us.
When you feel like stopping, when your brain says enough, you make a very small promise. You say one more.
One more what?
One more sentence, one more page, one more minute, one more exercise. Whatever you're doing, you do just one more, and then you allow yourself to stop.
And what usually happens?
One of two things. Sometimes you do the one more, you stop, and you rest. And that's okay. Rest is good. Rest is not quitting.
That's an important difference, rest versus quit. Rest means you're coming back. Quit means you're not.
Exactly. And the other thing that happens, sometimes you do the one more and you realize you can do two more, three more. The resistance was just the starting friction.
Starting friction. I love that phrase. Like when a door is stiff, the hardest part is getting it open. Once it's moving, it's easy.
Yes, momentum, momentum, is a beautiful thing, but you have to start it.
So, the one more method. When you want to stop, say to yourself, one more, and see what happens.
And if you try this and it helps you, please tell us in the comments. We want to hear your stories.
David, can I ask you something personal?
Of course.
Have you ever felt this emotional tiredness with language learning? Have you ever wanted to quit a language?
Oh, Anna, yes. I spent 2 years learning Portuguese.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I started because I had a friend from Brazil and I wanted to understand her conversations with her family. So I got books, I used apps, I watched Brazilian shows.
That sounds very dedicated.
For about 8 months I was, but then life got busy. I had a new job. I was tired in the evenings, and I started skipping practice. 1 day became 2 days, 2 days became a week, and then I thought, I haven't practiced in 3 weeks. I'm so far behind. I'll never catch up. Maybe I should just stop.
The gap became too big in your mind.
Yes, not in reality, just in my mind. And here's the thing. I did stop. For 4 months, I didn't open a single book or app.
And then?
Then my friend called me and she said something in Portuguese, just a small phrase, and I understood it. Not because I studied recently, because it was still in there, in my brain somewhere.
Oh, David.
And I thought, it didn't disappear, the work I did. It wasn't wasted. It was just waiting.
That's so beautiful.
And I started again, slowly, one lesson at a time, not trying to catch up all at once, just one more.
And that's the thing about language learning and life in general. Stopping isn't always permanent. Sometimes you rest. Sometimes life interrupts. But if you come back, you're not starting from zero.
You're never starting from zero.
Can we just take a moment? A quiet moment?
Yes, let's do that.
Listeners, I want you to think about something. Is there something in your life right now that you're in the middle of? Something you started and haven't finished?
It might be your English learning journey, or something else, a project, a goal, a habit you're trying to build.
And I want you to ask yourself honestly, am I truly done with this? Do I really not want this anymore? Or am I just in the uncomfortable middle?
Because those are two very different things.
If you're truly done, if this goal no longer fits your life, that's okay. Letting go of the wrong goal is wisdom, not weakness.
But if deep down you still want it, if the dream is still alive, then what you're feeling isn't a reason to stop. It's a sign that you care.
And things we care about are worth a little discomfort.
A little discomfort. Not torture, not misery. Just a little bit of hard.
You can do a little bit of hard.
Okay, there's one more thing I want to talk about because I see this a lot.
Go ahead.
People say, I'll speak English when I'm ready, or I'll apply for the job when my English is better, or I'll join the conversation when I know more vocabulary.
And they wait and wait.
And the waiting doesn't help, because the only way to get better at speaking is to speak.
Even if it's imperfect.
Especially if it's imperfect. Imperfect action is 10 times more valuable than perfect waiting.
Say that again, David.
Imperfect action is 10 times more valuable than perfect waiting.
Yes, because when you speak, even with mistakes, you learn what doesn't work. You find the gap, and then you fill the gap.
And the person you're talking to, most of the time, they're not judging your grammar. They're just happy you're trying to communicate.
Most people are kind when they see someone making the effort.
And even when you make a mistake, even when you use the wrong word or forget how to say something, you're still practicing. You're still building.
Small progress every day adds up. That's how confidence works. You don't wake up one morning with confidence. You build it slowly, brick by brick.
Brick by brick. I love that.
Each small win, each conversation you finish, each word you remember, each sentence you understand, that's a brick.
And one day you look up and you have a wall, and then a house.
A beautiful, slightly imperfect house that you built yourself.
With real English used in real life.
Okay, listeners, we want to hear from you, and we have a question for you today.
Yes, a real question, not a test. We're genuinely curious.
Tell us, what is one thing you have finished, even when it was hard? It can be something small, a project, a book, a conversation in English, anything.
Because finishing things builds a habit, and we want to celebrate your wins with you.
Write it in the comments below. Tell us what you finished. And if you're currently in the middle of something hard, tell us that too. What are you working on?
We will read everything, and some of your comments might appear in a future episode.
Yes, your stories inspire us. They inspire other listeners, so please share them. All right, let's do a quick recap before we go.
Perfect.
Okay, today we talked about two kinds of tiredness. Physical tiredness, when your body needs rest, and emotional tiredness, when your mind needs encouragement.
We talked about why we sometimes quit right before the finish. The brain wants to protect us from discomfort, but discomfort is often where growth happens.
We heard David's sourdough bread story. Don't throw away the starter on day 4. You might be almost done.
We heard Anna's painting story. Sometimes finishing one wall is enough for one day. Rest is okay. Quitting is different.
We heard David's Portuguese story. Your work is never wasted. Even when you pause, it stays with you.
We learned the one more method. When you feel like stopping, try just one more. One more sentence, one more minute, one more try.
And we talked about the difference between resting and quitting. Rest means you're coming back. Quitting means you're not.
And we talked about imperfect action. Don't wait to be perfect. Start now. Speak now. Build now.
Because tired is heavy, done is light.
And maybe, just maybe, you're almost there.
Before we go, I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
Listeners, learning a language is one of the bravest things a person can do because you're choosing to feel uncertain, to make mistakes in front of others, to start over and over again.
And you're doing it anyway. Every time you press play on an episode like this, you're doing it anyway.
That takes something: courage, persistence, belief that it's worth it.
And it is worth it.
We believe in you, not in a big, loud way, but in a quiet, steady way. We know that you can do this.
Not because it's easy, but because you haven't stopped. And that matters more than you think.
So keep going. Rest when you need to, come back when you're ready, but don't quit.
You are not too tired. You are almost done.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. It really means a lot.
If this episode helped you, share it with someone who needs it. someone in the uncomfortable middle.
We'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.